Hi everyone, today we're going to finish off this little blanket by doing the border. Now I've left my yarn ends there because it is actually a little bit difficult darning them into the back of the Tunisian crochet. So I am going to leave them and darn them into my border. So the first round we'll do for the border, of course, will be a single crochet. Starting off with a slip stitch on your hook. So holding your yarn in your right hand, making a loop over your finger, pulling up a loop with your hook. Now I'm going to just start in a corner with a single crochet. That's a tight corner. Chain one and single crochet. Now you pop your hook through the loop on the edge, pull up a loop, yarn over, and then pull through 2 loops. So that is your US terminology, single crochet. And we're going to single crochet around the whole blanket into each stitch around the squares. It'll just neaten it off. And then we'll do something in a different colour. I'm not sure what yet, but it will come to me as we go. Okay, so continue on with your single crochet. Oh, hang on, we need to get over our join. Now, this is before I take off and leave you on your own. So single crochet there. Single crochet into the corner of the square, popping that yarn end down, single crochet in through the single crochet is where the join is, okay, because it's made enough of a space to warrant having a stitch of its own. Then single crochet into the same corner that your join used. There we go, that's just right, I'm happy with that. And then we go back into the single crochets. So just remember, when you're coming up to the joining area, do a single crochet into the corner of the square, a single crochet into the top of the single crochet of the join, and then a single crochet in the corner of the next square, and then move on along. All right, let's go and do some and we'll catch up with each other soon. Now I'm going to do an invisible finish. So I've cut my yarn end off, I've slipped it into the needle, and now we find the single crochet that we began with, and we go into the stitch next to that. So we make the little V over the beginning single crochet, and that's where the invisible part comes from. Now I take it back down through the stitch that was the very last one I did. There we go. It's really hard to see with this navy cotton, but trust me, I'll show you on the next rounds anyway. So I might go around now and weave in all my yarn ends. I did crochet some parts of them in, and I've left some to be able to sew back the other way. All right, I'll meet you back here soon. All my yarn ends are done, sewn in, snipped off, and now to come up with a border. I'm actually wondering how the double crochet cross stitch might look on this one. I'll try it out and I'll show you soon. Here I've tried the double crochet cross stitch and the half double crochet cross stitch. If I like either of those ones, it's the half. But then looking at just the plain half double crochet and double crochet, I think I'm liking the plain stitches for this much better. I've decided to do a back loop half double crochet next. So yarn end in your right hand, making a loop, pulling up a loop with your hook to do your slip stitch. Now yarn over your hook, and we're going to work into this corner space first. So I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in that chain space that we made on the round before. Chain 1 and 2 half double crochets. Now I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to go into the very first single crochet for this side. So popping my hook down the center of the single crochet. That time I've only picked up 1 loop. I actually want to pick up 2 loops because it's much more secure and it looks a whole lot better. So when you go down through the center, there we go. You can also always feel when you've got the second loop on board. Pulling up your loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over your hook, down through the center. Yep, I'm behind 2 loops there. Pulling up your loop, yarn over, pull through 3. Yarn over, down into the center of that single crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. And we're just going to continue this way around the blanket, doing a half double crochet into the back loop of the single crochet below. Then I'll probably just do another back loop round in the green to finish off. I think I'm keeping this one plain. There's enough going on in the blanket with all that green, I think. Okay, let's go and get this done. Here's the end of round 2 on the border, and that's looking nice. It's plain, but I think that's all it needs. So we'll do a invisible finish here again. At the end of our round, pulling your loop of yarn through, popping it on your hook. There goes the garbage truck. Now we need to find the second little V to work under. And now we make another new V that goes over top of that first stitch that we made. We take our needle down through the center of the last stitch that we just made. Turn your work over and then work your yarn end in. This one's a small yarn end accidentally, so I'm going to send it through this corner because it's much tighter than the side stitches. And I'll go back again. When you don't have enough yarn to keep it on your needle, place your needle through where you want it to go. Bring the eye down close to the stitches. Pop your yarn back through, and then you can take it through again. And I might even do that one more time and just finish it off using up all of that yarn end. There we go. Now we need to do this other yarn end. That was the beginning stitch. So I'm going to take it across and I'm going to go back again to whence I came. And I've gone back again through the corner. Take it down low through those stitches. And I'll turn around and bring it back. Trying to break through some of the thread as I go to hold it much more firmly. There we go. That's round 2. If you would like to, the next round on the border, you could do a back loop single crochet like this. So popping your hook through, picking up the back loop and that third loop at the back, pulling up your yarn, yarn over, pull through 2. So you can do the back loop single crochet, or you can come with me. We're going to do something a little bit different. Either way, I think will look really nice. I'll just show you this one first. Okay, so there's your back loop single crochet. Now let me just go and get a larger size hook for the next sample. All right, now that the garbage truck has moved on along, let's do a slip stitch on our hook. I have increased the size of my hook by 1 millimeter to a 5 because I find with the crab stitch that I prefer it to have a bit of a looser look to it. When I do it with a 4 millimeter, it is quite tight. So we're going to do a single crochet in the corner. Going to turn your hook around and push it down into the stitch on the right hand side. Pull up a loop, then you've got 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through those 2. Okay, doing that again, taking your hook around towards the right hand side and down into that stitch. Pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through the 2 on your hook. And again, around and down. This time we are into picking up 2 loops, pulling up your yarn, yarn over, pull through 2. Pulling it down and around, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now I did start this with the green, but I felt it was just too much, so I think the white looks better. Okay, we better keep going and stop nattering. Popping your hook around and down, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And this is your crab stitch, which is essentially a reverse single crochet. I just thought something a little bit different would be nice. Yeah, that sort of softens it because everything else about this blanket is geometrical, basically. Okay, then I only picked up 1 loop and that was not good. I need to go down and around, pick up 2 loops. There we are, that's much better. Around, down, pick up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Around and down, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Around and down. Around, down, pull up a loop and yarn over, pull through 2. Once you know how, you get in a nice rhythm. Okay, I'm going to go across this row and meet you at the corner to see what we need to do. I'm coming up to a corner here, so I'll just keep going to show you that on the corners we don't have to do anything special at all because we are just following the stitches along the top. See how I'm starting to go around the corner but not actually putting any stitches into the corner like we normally do. I'm just going around the top, which is easy enough as long as you focus on turning your hook around, back and down, pulling up, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, we're nearly finished this blanket, you guys. Nearly done. Now we're at the end. On the very last corner, So we'll snip off our yarn. Scissors are getting a bit blunt there. They're my favourites though. Now, to weave in this yarn end, I'm going to just go backwards as we did while we were making it. Slip under there, and now down into the stitch from where we came. Just to make another V-stitch on the top. There we go. Turn your work over and darn in this end so it's secure. I hope you enjoyed learning something new about Tunisian crochet, and I will be back next to take you along for the ride making a large granny square blanket out of 4 squares. I'm going to talk to you again really soon. Bye for now.